struck. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, the top of the morning. Happy Tuesday. You thought I was gonna say Monday. Happy Tuesday. Okay, let's get out of here. All right. Last I had my GPS on, and it was talking. It was giving all kind of coordinates. I'm like, wait a minute. Make sure you guys can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. We are live and we are back. So real quickly, the trial coverage of YSL continues today with Kenneth Copeland, aka Lil Woody, back on the stand under cross-examination, as well as we expect sometime this week another witness to take the stand, who is also allegedly a cooperating witness for the prosecution. Many of you have already heard what occurred at the last court hearing, so we know this witness who's taken a plea, who we all saw, that was being allocated with the help of his attorney and love. You understand, Montauk. These names were killing me. I mean, where do these names come from? Please, we're gonna have to do a whole nother live about the origin of some of these names. That's first and foremost. But today also, which happens shortly, is a special hearing in federal court involving former President Donald Trump. And that is going to be very interesting because it's going to test the copyright laws of America. Is Donald Trump above the law? That will be the test today. Will the legendary Judge Thrash, who I've covered on several federal cases, will he agree with the plaintiff, or will he rule for the defendant in this high stakes copyright issue at hand? So I will be in federal court as well, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope that I get the opportunity to talk to the plaintiff, in this case, plaintiffs, because it's the entire Isaac Hayes family in this estate, essentially, that is going after the former president for a civil copyright issue. The issue is that the former president has used music that the family of Isaac Hayes said that he never had the permission to use. So that may be a major problem moving forward for others who have used music that hasn't been properly cleared. You just can't go out using people's music, especially publicly, for your personal benefit. And in addition to Donald Trump being sued, the RNC, Republican National Committee, is being sued as well because they were the ones that was hosting the rally in question. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting morning. YSL is going to do what YSL does, but we're going to see how this federal case unfolds. And then we have another interesting case two other interesting cases coming up. So we'll talk about those cases later on. I don't want to give people the heads up because the paperwork hasn't been filed yet. But what I want to talk about also real quickly is I was going to do a video And I said, nah, I'm not gonna do a whole video because yeah. But I want to talk about it. Last week, Roland Martin. Last couple of days. I won't say last week, but the last couple of days, Roland Martin did a video calling out Tyrese. And there have been other celebrities that have responded to Roland Martin's video, particularly a Lil Scrappy. I saw Lil Scrappy respond yesterday. So an issue is Tyrese did a video with attorney Benjamin Crump. And in the video, you can hear Tyrese talk about his displeasure with the Biden administration, which includes, obviously Kamala Harris, who's the Democratic frontrunner for the president of the United States. So in his video, he says that he has an issue because of the policies of Biden as it relates to the Asian hate bill. And I said, wait a minute. I did hear some talk early on by the president about this bill that protects Asians and Pacific Islanders. So I did a little research myself. And I don't know if Roland just decided to overlook what I found, but Tyrese is not the only one that's under the belief that there was a bill that specifically benefited Asian Americans. We do know during the whole COVID pandemic, especially in New York, Asian Americans were being attacked because of their race. And it got to a point where the allies for the Asian community got out and said, listen, we need something to happen. We need to get this thing fixed. So a bill was constructed. That bill did not just include Asians. I read the bill. It was a COVID-19 bill to address hate crimes. But see, here's the problem. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. There was a memorandum that is on the White House website that specifically spoke to Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders that talked about how this bill will protect them. And it didn't, in the memorandum that is on the White House website, which I'll post in the comment section, I'll post in the description when I get situated. This particular bill, or the memorandum, spoke specifically about Asian Americans. So when people heard that speech that the president spoke about, it was different than what the bill actually said. And the memorandum also was a quotation from the speech, but it spoke directly to Asian Americans and islands Pacificers, I'm tongue twisted right now. But Tyrese wasn't wrong in the sense that he believed what a lot of other people believe, that this bill was specifically for Asian Americans. Why is Tyrese forgiven, so to speak, in my opinion? Because we haven't heard of recent, now we're not talking about 1964 Civil Rights Act, we're talking about of recent, the new generation, the Gen Zs, haven't heard the president talk specifically about the issues as it relates to the brutality of people of color by law enforcement. Oh, we heard some talk about it, but we didn't actually get the results that we wanted. So Tyrese was only speaking based on what the president said in the memorandum. Like many other people spoke about the same thing. A lot of people were disinformed or misinformed about what the bill actually meant. So when Roland Martin went out and started calling people stupid and start trying to berate the people who didn't know specifically what the COVID-19 bill contained, he was wrong. He has a duty as a member of the press to inform the people. You can't expect everyone to sit down and read that bill. You can't expect everyone to understand the nuances of a very, very detailed and extensive bill. Many people don't even know the Bill of Rights. But because Roland has the knowledge and the resources and the ability to not only articulate what the bill says, he has the responsibility to communicate in a way where people will receive the information. So when he went on this whole rant about how Tyrese was uninformed and basically called people stupid and everything, he was wrong. He was totally wrong. And I don't expect celebrities who don't work in this field of mass communication to be able to communicate the way members of the press can communicate in getting the information put forth. So the memorandum that the president himself, that is on the whitehouse.gov website, which I've read, spoke specifically to Asian Americans and Island Pacificers. And I'm saying it wrong, but you guys know what I mean. We're talking about the Hawaiian people. We're talking about the Asian people. But the memorandum spoke specifically to the Asian community. And that's why people that aren't Asian felt a certain way. That's what happened. Stand by, guys. I got to toss something in the dumpster before I leave. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry, guys. So, I'm not mad at Tyrese. Tyrese also gets some grace because he had an attorney he was doing a live with. He had attorney Benjamin Crump, an attorney who fights for the rights of people of color, who could have corrected him. But he probably, in my opinion, didn't know specifically what that bill entailed. So while you're bashing Tyrese, there was an entire attorney there that you gave no smoke to Roland Martin. You never called out the attorney, Benjamin Crump, who was on the live with Tyrese, who could have educated Tyrese had he knew the information himself. So I thought it was kind of bullyish. I thought it was not received well. And if you want to show how smart you are as a member of the press, then you should be able to deliver the information without insulting people. Calling people dumbasses and stupid and like, come on, brother, you are a member of the press. You are a member of the press. And I'm going to tell you something. One of my college professors told me a long time ago. He said, Mr. Byron, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Calm down. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Or a dumb question. You just got to ask the question. Because many people believe that the COVID-19 bill was specifically for Asian Americans. but it wasn't. That wouldn't have flied with the Republicans or Democrats. That wouldn't have happened. But the way the media covered it, some members of the press covered it, and they covered it based on what the president said and what's on the website. And a lot of times, I tell people this: if you ever want to know what the president has said and you miss what he said, you missed the speech, go to whitehouse.gov, because it's all on the White House website. That's the best resource that you can have in getting clarity to what the president and his policies are. Whoever the president is. While President Trump didn't do a lot with disseminating information on the website when he was in office, I've always used the website, whitehouse.gov, when I wanted to get the deets on what the president's policies are. So, my people, you're not stupid when you don't know, and when you rely on people that have more abilities to get the information. Everyone, and I'll say everyone, has a different role they play as humans. We all have different roles we play as humans. And we also have to be understanding of those who may not have gotten the information correctly. And not get emotional about something that could easily have been explained away. So while Roland was right about the bill particulars, he was wrong in his delivery about and how he called Tyrese out and talking about celebrities this and celebrities that. Well, you know what's funny to me? I'm gonna tell you what's funny to me. I hear in my space, as a member of the press, I hear other members of media say they have issues when celebrities delve into the media space. For example, having podcasts, having talk shows without actually having a background in media. And they have issues with it. They have issues, or when actors decide that they want to be a part of the media because their career may have dwindled away, and this is probably the best way for them to stay relevant. But then you have someone that's in the media that basically clowns people because they don't have the information. Well, this is your discipline, Brother Roland. This is what you do, Brother Roland. This is what you've done your entire career. So don't expect everyone to get it the way you get it. And don't clown Tyrese because Tyrese just wasn't informed, nor was the attorney that he was on the platform with. He gave all the smoke to Tyrese and none of the smoke to Benjamin Crump. That's the problem I have. You have an attorney that could easily have read what I read or what the bill was and could have said, Tyrese, hold on, brother Tyrese. It's not a bill just for Asian Americans. It's a hate crime bill that protects people of color as well. Now, with that said, it's a bill. Now, prosecutors have to be willing to enforce the bill by way of prosecuting people that commit hate crimes. That's another conversation. They got to be willing to enforce the bill when hate crime occur with people of color. Don't just go after people that commit hate crimes against one race. Because we have another case where Judge Glanville is presiding over, which is a death penalty case in Georgia involving a man who committed mass murder of Asians through visiting spas and killing these Asian women, and I think a man was killed as well. But Judge Glanville has the case. That's a hate crime case, and I believe the death penalty is being sought in that particular case. Now, that's a different conversation, but there is a bill that addresses hate crimes, and it's not just for Asians. And the information is there. So go to whitehouse.gov, pull the actual memorandum, and read it in detail. And you can see it was the President of the United States, Joe Biden, who in his speech spoke only to the Asian and island Pacificers. That's all he spoke to. He didn't say, dear black people, this bill protects you. He didn't say that in the memorandum. It's written in the bill. A bill that he didn't structure. He just signed it. He just signed it. He had to go through the bipartisan approval. He didn't sign it. I mean, he just signed it. So, brother Roland, fall back on Tyrese. Give that brother some grace. Inform that brother, and pick up the phone and call him. No different than you picked up the phone and called JD and bailed him out of the situation. Call that brother. A lot of times I reach out to different people I know in the industry. If I hear him say something, I'll reach out and say, listen, hey, maybe here's some information that you may want to look at, and perhaps this will help you better argue your position. I do it behind the scenes. I don't tell people who I reach out to, but I communicate. I communicate. I'm not doing it for the clicks and the views. I'm doing it just listen, hey, if you can use the information, fine. Garbage in, garbage out. But give people the tools, if you have the tools, so they can be better informed. Don't berate people, call them dumbasses and never will be's and all this other crazy weird stuff. Like, what the heck's going on? And by the way, while I'm at it, I don't know if it was true or not, but there's a clip going around that came out in the last, I shouldn't even talk about it, but I just want to know, when you guys are doing your streams and you're sharing screens, is it a good thing to probably just keep up the exhibits that you want to bring up? I don't know, people chopped and screwed up Roland's video, but there was an interesting screen grab that is being widely shared. I don't know what Roland was looking at. I don't know, Roland, what you got going on over there, brother? What do you got going on over there? Because that was pretty interesting. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed and Angela Stanton for sharing it with me. But what the heck you got going on over there, brother Roland? Did someone just troll you and just put that there? I don't know. You know the answer to that. I don't know. Apparently it was alive, and they're saying that it popped up. I wasn't watching it live, but you had not come out and spoke about that. You didn't come out and spoke about that. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm just not going to go repeat it, because I don't know if someone hacked this account. It definitely looked like a hack. It definitely did look like a hack, but AI is AI right now is the devil to me. When you got videos out there purporting to be people who've said things where they haven't said none of this, and one particular one I saw was the clip where R. Kelly was sitting down with the CBS reporter. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say her name. And she was asking him about hog tying. And then you watch the clip, and all of a sudden, there's a rope. I'm like, wait a minute. Who had the time to do this? Who had the time? And more importantly, what happens it? I mean, it's one thing when you do it among your friends, but once you put it out there on social media, I mean, people, I trust me, people will be getting sued for that AI app and manipulating people's words. I'm just waiting for the first lawsuit to drop. I'm waiting. I suspect that's going to happen real soon, because I've seen some videos purporting to be the words of public figures, and it in fact wasn't. It in fact wasn't, which is crazy. All right, guys. All right, let me focus on this. While I am focused on the road, I'm not using GPS because I know where I'm going. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Okay. Not that traffic. Oh my God, no. Okay, I should have took the service road. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I have right now. I'll try to give you guys some more lives. I know I've been MIA. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I got 24. Yo, I'm gonna share. Before I leave, I gotta share a video. She doesn't want me to. She wants me to share it, but I'm like, you sure that you want me to share it? So my folks, we were riding the other day, and she gave me her point of view on the candidates. So I offered her the blue pill or the red pill. She took the red pill, and I'm gonna tell you, when you hear why she took the red pill, she said, go ahead. I said, I'm gonna put it out there, hun. I'm gonna put it out. She said, go ahead. I said, are you sure you want me to put it out there? Are you ready for it? She said, go ahead. I stand on business. I'm like, okay. But I hadn't put it out there yet, but I'm gonna put it out there. Maybe a clip. I may put a little clip out there, because I don't know if you guys are ready for the full clip. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Maria Duff. Maria Duff, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Well, hey, I got a lot of traffic, so I'm clearly not gonna be at one place, but I will be at the other place. I ain't gonna tell you what place I'm gonna be first. What's up? Oh, listen. I did speak on this. I think I spoke on this on I tweeted out. Hold on a second, man. I got time. We're not moving. Okay. Okay. I want you guys to understand something. When I'm in a courtroom covering trials, I'm usually able to look at the jurors. My camera's never positioned in the line of view when I'm recording. But I will say one thing. This particular case is different. The judge, in this case, by way, and I guess this is the way this particular courtroom is set up for YSL, is the jurors are not being able to be seen by the public or members of the press. We seen the jurors during the voir dire. We saw those who were in the courtroom were able to see the jurors during that voir dire process, the potential jurors. But once the jurors are actually picked, members of the press weren't able to see the jurors unless they were in a position in the courtroom where they were able to. Well, I saw the jurors early on because of where I was positioned in the courtroom, which was in the center of the floor, where I was able to shoot from a better vantage point. That changed probably 4, 5, 6 months ago. They moved everyone to the left of the courtroom that were not lawyers, lawyers or defendants, and the public wasn't able to see the jurors. The public wasn't able to see the jurors from the moment they walked in, but members of the press were able to see the jurors when they had a position in the center of the floor. And I'll share the shot so you guys can get an idea how the courtroom's set up from certain vantage points. But when someone says they can see the jurors, I'm not saying no names, but if they're telling you that they see the jurors now in the courtroom, they're lying to you, because there's no way you can see the jurors from the vantage point of where the media is sitting. So I seen a certain person say that. I'm like, wait a minute. Unless you got X-ray vision, you can see through a security glass. You cannot see any of the jurors, and that was done by design. And that was a security measure that was taken to protect the jurors. So when someone says the jurors were nodding out, falling asleep, or they weren't paying attention, that's bullshit. I'm telling you straight up, it's a lie. They cannot see the jurors. They're bullshitting the people by saying they see the jurors. You can't see the jurors. It's a bold-faced lie. And I'm listening, I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you telling people that the jurors are falling asleep and giving them false information as it relates to what the jurors are doing? You can't see the jurors. So I'm like, wait a minute. Should I just let them lie to the people? Just tell them anything, just make up a story? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And how do I know that? Because security will tell you. You're not able to see the jurors. You don't know what the jurors are wearing. You don't know what you can't, first of all, you shouldn't be describing, you can see the jurors, I shouldn't even say that. Let's just say there's only one way you can see these jurors, and it's not in the courtroom. But at that point, it's not even relevant. Also, I want to say this. Where it applies, where it doesn't apply, let it fly. I'm just going to put this out there. If you're in the hallway outside the courtroom and someone's having a conversation that you are not a part of, and you just overheard, or you think you overheard, or you are guessing what they might be saying, you shouldn't be talking about someone else's conversation in the hallway if it wasn't privy to you. That's just weird, especially lawyers. You should not be talking or speculate. You can speculate all you want if you see something that is, obviously visually important, but not just to say things that's not happening. Like the lawyer was pasting back and forth, and he was thinking about this. How the hell you know what a lawyer's thinking about in his spine? Stop lying to the people. Stop it. Just tell them the truth. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. Just tell them the truth. You don't know. If you don't have anything to add to the conversation, just don't add lies to the conversation. Don't do that. I want to share some privileged information. No, it's not privileged because it didn't happen. And you YouTubers that bring people on your platform, challenge them. Ask them the question, how were you able to see the jurors and no one else was? Well, no, you got to challenge the people. And they said, listen, don't just bring them on your platform and let them just say anything. to make it tantalizing, ask them, where were you at? Describe exactly where were you at. Describe the motion of the person. What time did it happen? Who was involved? I'm just listen. I'm serious, but I'm just trying to put some light to it. And there's no hate. I just don't like people just making crap up, just making it up, just in line to be. The jurors are falling asleep. What do you guys? What do you think when someone says that the jurors are falling asleep during this? If someone says that the jurors are falling asleep and it's not even the fact, what does that? What type of message does that send to the public and the prosecutors who know for a fact that didn't happen? What message does that send? If that person's the only person out of everyone in the courtroom says, "Oh, the jurors are falling asleep," and no one, and that person can't see the jurors, it's bullshit. That's what it is. Is it, Mr. Barr? You didn't see. You wasn't looking. No, I can't see the jurors. They're not letting the media see the jurors now. I was able to see the first row prior to the Judge Whitaker moving the jurors back one row. I was able to see all the same individuals on the front row. I'm not going to describe who they are, but I would just say that I've seen them for the duration of the trial. But the Judge Whitaker decided to move them back because you guys do remember the two of the jurors were caught on camera early on in the trial, probably maybe a month or 2 months into the trial. Jurors were seen on video. They don't know they were seen. At least I don't think. They probably know now. These jurors had enough time to know if they were seen or not. They just didn't bring it up because if they would have brought it up, well, how did you know? Well, I was looking at TV. Wait, didn't I tell you not to look at TV, social media? Didn't you remember what I told you? What the instructions were. So, for all they know, they've been protected. No one's able to see them, and trial goes on. It's a lot of traffic. Oh my goodness, a lot of traffic. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to dip on you. I'll see you guys on my next live. We're out.